Hi everyone, my name is Chung and this is Tien if you haven't read with us today.
Today, Tiến.
Yeah, Tien's thumb is a bit sore.
So we didn't book on the mummy bed today. Yes?
Yep, so today is day 46 of us reading Welcome to My Life. And we have just started chapter 10.
Yes, let's go.
So, what's new business?
Chung read today. Okay?
His mouth still works. Yes, it does work. Come on.
Come on, we go. Have your brother. Let's go. Go.
After my sophomore year, I went home without a job, but a clear idea of what I wanted to do. It was the end of an era in Arkansas. After 6 terms, Orville Faubus wasn't running for re-election as governor. Finally, our state would have a chance to move beyond and stains of cronyism that also tainted his later years. I wanted to work in the governor's race, both to learn about politics and to do what little I could to put Arkansas on a more progressive course. The pent-up ambitions from the Faubus year propelled severely into the race. 7 Democrats and 1 very big Republican, Winthrop Rockefeller, the 5th of 6 children of Don D. Rockefeller, Jr., who left his father's empire to oversee the charitable efforts of the Rockefeller Foundation, left his father's conservative, anti-labor politics under the influence of his more liberal wife, Abby, and the great Canadian liberal politician, Mackenzie King, and finally left his father's conservative religious views to found the interdenominational Riverside Church in New York City with Harry Emerson Fosdick.
You can read some?
Your mouth still works, Tien.
Chung help your brother today.
Tien, it's just your thumb.
Chung is okay today. It's okay.
Okay.
Say Chung we have brother Tiến today, okay? Chung we Tiến read. Try today. Go, Chung.
Winthrop had seemed destined to be the black sheep of the family. He was expelled from Yale and went to work in the Texas oil fields. After distinguished service in World War II, he married a New York socialite and reacquired his reputation as a hard-paying dilettante. In 1953, he moved to Arkansas, partly because he had a wartime buddy from there, who interested him in the possibilities of setting up a ranching operation, and partly because the state had a 30-day divorce law, and he was eager to end his brief first marriage. Rockefeller was a huge man, about 6 feet 4, weighing about 250 pounds. He really took to Arkansas, where everybody called him Win. Not a bad name for a politician. He wore cowboy boots and a white Seston hat, which became his trademark. He bought a huge chunk of Petite Jean Mountain, about 50 miles west of Little Rock, became a successful breeder of Santa Gertrudis cattle, and married his second wife, Jeanette. As he settled into his adopted state, Rockefeller worked hard to shed the playboy image that he had dodged him in New York. He built up the small Arkansas Republican Party and worked to bring industry to our poor state. Governor Faubus appointed him chairman of the Arkansas Industrial Development Commission, and he brought in a lot of new jobs. In 1964, impatient with Arkansas's backward image, he challenged Faubus for governor. Everybody appreciated what he had done, but Faubus had an organization in every county. Most people, especially in rural Arkansas, still supported his segregationist position over Rockefeller's pro-civil rights stance, and Arkansas was still a democratic state. Also, the painfully shy Rockefeller was a poor speaker, a problem aggravated by his legendary drinking habits, which also made him so late so often that he made me look punctual. Once he arrived, inebriated, and more than an hour late to the address, the Chamber of Commerce banquet in Wynne, county seat of Cross Country in eastern Arkansas. When he got up to speak, he said, "I'm glad to be here in." When he realized he didn't know where he was, he whispered to the master of ceremonies, "Where am I?" The man whispered back, "Wynne." He asked again, "Where am I?" The story crossed the state like wildfire, but was usually told good-natured, because everybody knew Rockefeller was an Arkansan by choice, and had the state's best interests at heart. In 1966, Rockefeller was running again, but even with Falbus gone, I didn't think he could make it. Besides, I wanted to back a progressive Democrat. My sentimental favorite was Brooks Hayes,
Oh, chồng yawning too. Oh my god.
who had lost a seat in Congress after 1958 for supporting the integration of Little Rock Central High. He was defeated by his segregationist optometrist,
I got
Dr.
you.
Dale
I got you.
Alford, in a write-in campaign which succeeded partly because of the use of stickers with his name, on which
You gonna hire me?
of which he succeeded partly because of the use of stickers with his name on them that could be plastered on ballots by voters who couldn't write, but who were smart enough to know that blacks and whites shouldn't go to school together. Hayes was a devout Christian who had served as president of the Southern Baptist Convention, with a majority of my fellow Baptists decided that only conservatives could lead them, or the country.
Oh my god, look pretty. So pretty.
He was a marveled man, bright, humble, funny as all get out, and kind to a fault, even to his opponent's young campaign workers. Ironically, Dr. Alford was in the race for governor too, and he couldn't win either, because the racists had a far more fervent champion in Justice Jim Johnson, who had written from the humble roots of Crosette.
To high.
I can't. You want to make me laugh.
Hey! Stop! Hello. Come on. Good boy, chồng. Give away. Go. Finish that one, come on. Why you not just keep
Hey,
going?
you could talk? Oh wow, you could read this whole paragraph now.
Finish that one, Tiến. Finish that. Finish that, Tiến. Finish it.
Come on.
Finish it.
Yeah, jump.
Come on, finish it. I got
Dear
you.
God, it's not from my name.
Finish.
In Crosette. In southeast Arkansas, the state Supreme Court on rhetoric that won the endorsement of Ku Klux Klan in the governor's race. He thought Falbus was too soft on civil rights. After all, he had appointed a few blacks to state boards and commissions. With Falbus, who had genuine populist impulses, racism was a political imperative. He preferred improving schools and nursing homes, building roads, and reforming the state mental hospital to race baiting. It was just the price of staying in office. With Johnson, racism was theology. He thrived on hate. He had sharp features and bright, wide eyes, giving him a lean and hungry look that would have made Shakespeare's Countess green with envy.
All day.
And he was...
Go over too much. Did you?
How many pages?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're too much over.
And he was a savvy politician who knew where his voters were. Instead of going to the endless campaign rallies where the other candidates spoke, he travelled all over the state on his own with a country and western band, which he used to pull in a crowd. Then he would whip them into a frenzy with the tirades against blacks and the traitorous white sympathizers.
Thank you, Jungi. Tiến, we hug for Jungi. Say thank you. Hug Jungi. Say thank you.
I need a yawn. Let me yawn. I can't yawn when you make me laugh.
Say thank you. Okay, thank you. And my brother. Tiến, say something.
I need a yawn.
Ay, yuck. Say good night, everybody.
Okay, have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Yeah, last one.
Bye-bye.
Last one from Tiến.